Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Edwards again, and I'm going to be taking back over computer/technology lessons for the month of March. So that's super exciting, and I'm happy to see all of you. Today what we're going to do is we're going to go back and visit with our good friends, Nettie and Webster. And if you remember, way back whenever I started with computer, um, we were talking about internet safety and we were using the NetSmarts Kids and Nettie and Webster to learn about this. And this, oh, here's where I was trying to go. So we have Nettie here. This is Clicky. Clicky is their trusted adult. So when they have issues on the internet, that's who they go to. This is Router, Clicky's dog. And then here's Webster. And we watched a few videos about them. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to read an ebook. And an ebook is just what it sounds like. It's a book that is on the internet, a digital book. So it's called Webster's Gecko Goof. Here's Webster. He's thinking about some things. Clicky and Nettie were baking muffins one Sunday afternoon, while Router sat waiting for drips from the spoon. Suddenly, Webster dashed in with exciting news. A brand new reptile was coming to the zoo. It's a yellow-spotted fire gecko, and it's so cool. Really? Teased Nettie. I bet it does. Does it drool? Nuh-uh, says Webster. Uh-huh, Nettie said. Don't argue, interrupted Clicky. Look up the facts instead. Great idea, said Webster. I know just what to do. I'll look it up online. Everything you read there is true. Webster, Clicky began. But he was talking to space. Webster was off to the computer to build up his case. Aha! Webster exclaimed. TotallyTrueZooFacts.com. We'll have what I need to prove Nettie wrong. And because the information was on a website, Webster never considered that it might not be right. So this is the website. See, he has this address bar and he typed in the website, TotallyTrueZooFacts.com. It's a really pretty homepage. The yellow-spotted fire gecko, Webster read, is a rare reptile, easily identified by his pompadour hairstyle. The gecko likes to dress up, most often in suits, accompanied by a pair of orange cowboy boots. So this is what they're picturing. This is what the website's telling them. Because these geckos don't like to be alone, cities are the places they most often call home. They stroll down the streets in crowds of 2 or 3 and spot in cafes eating scones with jam and tea. Okay, he's picturing them eating here, at the restaurant like the website's saying. Tea drinking geckos, Nettie interrupted. That sounds absurd. I don't believe this, not one single word. Webster, Clicky asked, is this really all true? Yes, said Webster, and there's even more it can do. Some reptiles hide by changing the color of their skin, but this gecko's got an even better way to blend in. He can change colors, shapes, and sizes. The yellow-spotted fire gecko is a master of disguises. The gecko juggles and flies on a trapeze while reciting poetry in Latin and Japanese. And if that isn't enough to brighten your day, he also makes the world's best chocolate souffle. I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen a gecko do these things. Wowee, exclaimed Webster. This is better than I dreamed. Careful, cautioned Clicky. Things online aren't always what they seem. We should take a trip to the zoo and we can check our facts and make sure the information from this site is on track. They arrived at the zoo and without wasting a second, Webster headed straight to the snakes and reptiles section. A crowd stood in front of the sign that read, Meet our new friend. Eagerly, Clicky, Nettie, and Webster all joined right in. So they're going to the reptiles to meet their new friend. And we know that the new friend is a new gecko. Suddenly, the curtains opened and the crowd gasped, because finally there, behind the glass, was the creature they had all come to meet, curled up in a tree, fast asleep. Here is the gecko. Webster looked the gecko over. His face was full of doubt. Where were all the cool things that he had read online about? He saw no suit, no boots, and no pompadour hairstyle. Just a tiny lizard sleeping and nothing more. See, he's sleeping. Hi there, called the zookeeper with a smile. Are you here to meet our newest reptile? I'm bringing him a delicious treat. Would you like to see what the geckos eat? So we have the zookeeper here, and she's bringing the gecko some food. Yuck! Mealworms, crickets, and slimy insects. That's not at all what Webster had been led to expect. The zookeeper grinned and said, "It's a gecko buffet." Webster said, "I read that they ate scones and chocolate souffles." Webster, asked Clicky, "did you triple check your facts?" "Triple checking," echoed Webster. "What's that?" Clicky replied, "It's how you test a fact to see if it's true. It should only be on 3 trustworthy sites, like those that end in .gov or .edu. So," he continued, "if only one site mentions a trapeze, then that's," Webster said, "something you should probably not believe." "And remember," said Clicky, "when using the internet, that just because it's online doesn't mean it's correct." "Thanks, Clicky," said Webster. "I think I've got it now. And if there's false information, I'll know how to spot it. Still," he said, as they turned to leave, "I wish he did speak Japanese." "Elfin!" "Sorry," said the gecko. "Couldn't manage, but I'll have you know I'm quite good at Spanish. Ha 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 ha." So Webster found a website that claims all of its information is true, but some of the facts seem strange. Now Webster is wondering, can you really trust everything you read online? And the answer is no. So in the story, if we go back up, here's what Clicky said to do. He said to triple check your facts. It's how you test to see if a fact is true or not. You should be able to find the same piece of information on at least 3 different sites. Okay? So we were really, the whole thing about the story is that not everything on the internet is true. And when you get older in computer class, we do a lesson where we go through a checklist to see how you know what's real information and what maybe just is on the internet to get your attention. All right. So along with the story today, I'm going to be posting the link for this game, and it's called Cloud Chaos. Okay, here it is. It's a NetSmarts game that you can play. You can play it online, or you can download the app to play it. So you can do either of those 2 things. When you first start it, it has to load up. I already loaded mine. You get to pick your character. And then once you pick your character, you start on the first planet. And you have to navigate. You have to navigate your character through all of the bad stuff that is infecting Badromeda, which is where Nettie and Webster went on their journey that we watched at the beginning of the year. There are some other videos that we're going to take a look at throughout the next couple of weeks, because I'll be teaching computer for the next couple of weeks. So I'm navigating. I'm using my mouse and dragging him. You can also use the arrow keys, or if you're on a tablet or an iPad, you can use your finger. So it says Cloud Chaos, download it now. You don't have to download it. You can play it on the web. If you want to download it, you can. Someone's spreading bad content around Badromeda. Help Nettie and Webster clean it up before it's too late. All right, so I will see you all again next week for another lesson. Thank you, and have a great day.